Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Dawn here. So another jewellery video here for you today. In the last jewellery video we made this and I showed you how to use the crimp bead covers. I absolutely love that necklace. It's so gorgeous. So today I thought I'd show you something a little bit different. I thought we'd do a little bit of bead weaving. Now, one of the advantages of having the clear thread is you can do bead weaving because you can't see the thread, so it looks really, really pretty. We're just going to do a bracelet. So you need quite a bit of thread for this. So I'm going to say, let me just, I sort of do it by eye. Right, okay. So let me just measure to see how much is on there. Roughly, so that's about 12, 24, so about 48 inches I've got. Okay, so that's what we have. Now I'm going to show you how we're going to turn this bit of string into a lovely bracelet. The first thing we're going to do, I'm going to put my clasp on actually. So I'm just going to thread that onto the wire. Now it's going to be a bit hard to show because this is clear. Let me just move my bead board. This is just clear wire, but I'm going to put my ends together like that. And I'm going to pull this all the way down so that it is in the center of our piece, just like that. So that's in. Okay, keeping those two pieces together, I am going to grab a crimp bead and we're going to put that on over the top of both wires. Okay, and we're going to pull that down. Now you want to make sure we've got room for this toggle to move. So you want to have like a nice little loop, and then we're just going to squish that. Now we do have the crimp bead covers that we can, so there we have it, that we can cover that with. So to start off, what we're going to do, we're going to be working with both sides, so both pieces. I'm going to put on each piece of wire, we're going to put 3 seed beads, and you want to try and get them all sort of the same size. Right, that needs cutting. I like to sort of cut them at an angle, just because I find it goes in better. So there's 1, 2, 3. So that's the first side. And we're going to get the second piece of wire and we're going to do exactly the same. So 1, 2, that piece looks a bit big. And 3. Okay, let them fall. Now your wire is going to want to curl up. That is just the nature of the wire. It will want to curl up. So this is what we have. Next up, we're going to grab one of the 6mm pearl beads. I'm just going to get the ends of my wire again. I'm going to put the pearl bead on one piece of the wire like that. But we're going to take the other piece, this piece, and we're going to go in and just, so it's going, this side's going in that way, this side's going in that, so you're crisscrossing it through that pearl bead. So that's what you will have. Oh, hang on. Get in my hand. Right, try that again. So you want to crisscross it so that you have both wires coming out of each end of that bead. And again, we're going to pull that down and just do it ever so gently. Okay, and then this is, you might need to position it, and that's what you've got on your bracelet. Now on each wire we're now going to pick up 1 seed bead. So let's put 1 seed bead on, 1 pearl, so we are using the 6mm acrylic pearls that are in the kit, and 1 seed bead. So you want to do that to both wires. So let me grab the other side. So 1 seed bead, okay, 1 pearl and 1 seed bead. Now that we've done that, let them fall, and then we're going to grab another pearl and we're going to do exactly the same. I'm going to crisscross it through it. So we're going to put it on one side so it comes out this way, and we're going to put the other wire through so it comes out that way, just like that, and then we're just going to pull it down. Again, you might want to do this slowly just because the wire likes to do its own thing. And this is what you have. So that is what you now have on your bracelet. So what we're going to do is we're going to repeat that pattern until we have got the desired length that we wish to have. So let's just do 1 seed bead, 1, oh, try not to drop them, 1 of the pearls, and then 1 seed bead. Let that fall, then grab the other end, the other wire, and we're going to do the same thing. So 1 seed bead, 1 pearl, make sure I put it on the right one, and 1 seed bead. Let them fall. Then we're going to grab a pearl, go through both ends. So we're crisscrossing through that bead, and then we're going to pull down. Again, nice and slowly, just because the thread, as you can see, wants to do its own thing. So there we go. It's just keeping it slow. Now it will look as though it's going to come out of place. You just keep pushing it down. So as you can see, just pull that bead and then pull that, and the further you get on, the more it stays into place. So this is what we have. So I'm going to continue to do the rest. Now we want, I'm going to make a 7-inch bracelet. So I'll probably be, my bead area will be about 6 inches. So if you're making a whatever, well, actually I'll make a 7.5 inch bracelet. So for a 7.5 inch bracelet, my bead area needs to be 6.5 inches. So always do your bead area 1 inch less than what you want your bracelet size to be. So I'm going to continue that off off camera, and then I'll come back once it's done, but I'm just going to repeat that pattern. Right, okay, I've got one more link to do, so I thought I'd come back on. Now, can you see that it's bunching up? That is completely normal, and the reason why that's happening is because your wire has been sat on this spool since it was made. So over time, that will not be like that anymore. It does reduce, but you'll find on the next bit, if you want to take it to the next bit, that it will straighten out even more. But how beautiful does that look? So we just need to put one more link on. So I thought I'd do that with you. So I'm just going to grab 1 seed bead. If you are crafting along with me, pause the video and then restart it when you've got all your links done. So I'll tell you how many I've got for my 7.5 inch bracelet when I've done this one. So if you want to do the same size, then you know what to do. Now if you want to make it bigger, you will need more wire. I say have a good so you normally do it in arm length, so from tip of the finger to the tip of the finger. So 1 arm length is probably about what you need to do most sizes. Right, okay, putting the last bead on just like this. Oh, do you know what, I haven't had a problem. Then I turn the camera on and then I mess it up again. Right, okay, there we go. So just pull that tight, and there we have it. So I have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 13 rounds on there, so links on there, and absolutely gorgeous. Right, now what we're going to do, we're going to put the other side on, and I'm just going to use one wire. So I'm going to see which one of my wires is the longest, because it always happens where you get one longer than the other. Oh no, they're still going strong, but I'm only going to use one wire, and you're going to see why, because we're taking it to the next level. So this is an earring that I made to show my design team how they can turn a design into an earring. And this is it here. Sorry, I haven't got that. So I'm trying to hold the other piece at the same time. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually put this little design on the top, but first we need to put the other piece of clasp on. So it's one of the reasons why you want a bit of extra thread. Now I'm hoping that the thread will go all the way down. It should do. Right, okay, so what I'm going to do on one piece, actually let's do it with both, because then if you wanted to do this, just do this part and not the other part, then you'll know how to end it. Okay, so we're going to put 3 on each side, so 3 seed beads on each side, like so, and let them drop. Okay, now let me do that. Then I'm going to grab a crimp bead, and I'm going to put it over both wires. Okay, and we're just going to pull that down to where it needs to be. Okay, we're not going to crimp it yet because we need to put our loop in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get one of my cords, because I am going to end the bracelet here, and we're just going to put that back through the crimp bead, and it will fit, and we're going to make our loop like so. Oh, sorry, I was totally off camera. It really is hard to film these. Okay, so we're just going to do that. I'm going to pull that down again. Make sure I pull on everything that needs to be pulled on. Now, so there it is. So that's what we've got. Okay, just going to pull this end, pull that down a little. So that is what we have. Then what I'm going to do, actually, let's pop this piece, see if this piece will go through as well, because if it will, excellent, but I have a feeling it may not, which is why we're going to end it the way we're about to end it. Oh no, it will. So all 4 pieces will go through. So there we go, which is probably better. I'm just going to put my pliers in there. Either put your pliers in, or yeah, just put something around in. So I'm just going to pull that just to make that loop. So as you can see, there's our loop, and then we're just going to squish that crimp bead, and that's going to hold everything in place. Now, because I'm wanting to do a design on top, we do have quite a lot of thread left over. We're going to go back down the seed beads, the 3 seed beads. So you want to go back through. If you are wanting to finish your bracelet here, then what you would do is you would actually cut these off. You would go through a couple of seed beads and then you would cut them off. Now take your time, because actually I'll cut them off for you, and then I'll show you that if you haven't got enough wire, I'll show you how you would do it. So go through one of your beads on each side, because I can use these bits of wire again, and then you're just going to cut it off. So there's that one cut off, and then we're just going to pop this one through a bead. So if this is all you wanted to do with your bracelet, and this is the design you wanted to keep, because it is, I mean, doing quite a bit more. Sorry, I'm just trying to get it through that bead. And we're just doing that so that it's just got a little bit of a tail on it. No rag and bone running around. Julie, I always end up on my videos, have you noticed? Just going to bend that over. Like I said, it is fiddly. But it might be that that's too small of a bead. If you're like me and you're having trouble getting that through, you can just snip it off. So yeah, don't worry if you can't get it through. Ideally you want to get it through, but if you can't, it's fine, just snip it. Okay, right, yeah, that's not going to go, so I'm just going to snip that. Now if you want extra security, you can put a little bit of glue on if you wish to do so, but those crimp beads should hold it. Then to finish this off completely, what we're going to do is we're going to grab, now I've emptied everything else, so what have I done with them? I'm just going to grab a jump ring. And we're going to take that jump ring and we're just going to put it on the end, just like that. So there is my bracelet. Now you need to make sure that your jump rings are definitely together. So there we have it. And then that just goes around quite nicely and hooks in there. So there's your bracelet. And then when it sits on the wrist, it looks beautiful. Now, if you want to take your bracelet a step further, like we're going to today, then this is what you need to do. You need to get yourself some more thread. So I would say an arm's length, because it's always better to have more thread than not enough. Okay, and what we're going to do, we're going to start our bracelet, like the next bit, and we're going to go through the pearl bead on the end just here. And we're going to bring those two sides together, so I'm going to make sure that they fit together, so they're just coming out of this bead here. Then we're going to take the green beads. These are 3mm bicone beads, so I'm going to take these, I'm going to put them on my mat, and I'm actually going to use the brown 4mm pearl beads for this one, because I think then it will go really nicely with the necklace. Okay, right, so what we're going to do, work out which side is going to be which, and then we're going to pick up on each card, we're going to pick up one bicone bead, and I am going to put an extra bead in because I think it'll look pretty. So I'm going to put one seed bead in, and then I'm going to do exactly the same on the other side. So I'm going to get one of the bicone beads and one seed bead. I'm then going to grab one of these little pearls, and we're going to crisscross through the little pearls, so just like we did with the big pearls on the base layer. Now the holes are a little bit smaller, so it is going to be a little bit more fiddly, but what I like to do is I like to wrap that around, so keep the wire tight, and then we can get our thread in. Okay, let me just cut that end. So you may need to cut your ends. I like to cut them at a diagonal, so it's got like a little point on as well. And then we're just going to go through that. Oh, I can't. Oh, right, hang on. I'm trying, I need it up close to my face, I can see it, but I'm trying to keep it on camera because I can't quite see what I'm doing, and because this is a smaller hole, there we go. You do need to, but I need to take my glasses off as well to see better. Then we're going to bring them down, and just like that, so we've got this on our piece, and we're going to put on each piece we're going to put on 1 seed bead. So 1 seed bead and 1 green bicorn bead. So that's going to go on each side. So 1 seed bead and then 1 bicorn bead. Yeah, let me just cut this end as well. There we go. And try that again. There we go, much better. So let them fall, and then what we're going to do is going to pick up our piece. So I know that the wire is everywhere at the minute, and we coming out of this bead, we want to go in this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one piece and we're going to just take it through that bottom bit, and we're going to just pull that slowly, and then we're going to take the other piece and do exactly the same but go through the opposite side. So just through this bit, and then we're going to just pull it slowly like so. Then when they're both on, you're just going to pull that tight together, and then that is what you've got. So that is now over the top of our pearls. How cute is that? So we're going to do, I'll do that again with you on camera. So on each piece we want 1 bicorn bead, 1 seed bead, okay, so that's one side, so 1 bicorn and 1 seed bead. Then we're going to grab one of the brown pearls and we're going to crisscross our thread into it. There we go. And then we're going to just pull that slowly down, and you want to do it gently because this wire has a lovely time at, make sure everything's on the right side as well. Just gonna, that's on the wrong side, we need it on that side. There we go. So there we have the start of our next piece. So I'm going to pick up 1 seed bead and then 1 bicorn bead and let that fall. Do exactly the same to the other side. So I'm going to pick up 1 seed bead and then 1 bicorn bead like that, let that fall, and then grab hold of that. We're coming out of this bead, so now we want to go into this bead. So you just go 1 bead down each time. So we're just going to pop our thread in. So I am just going to do it ever so gently, and then we're going to go onto the other side and put the other side in. Okay, and again do that really gently, and then when both sides are on, you know it's not going to get tangled, then you can give it a nice tight pull. Okay, there we go. And can you see that that is now straightening out as well? But how pretty does that look? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish right the way to the end. I'll leave the last one and then I'll show you how we finish off this bracelet. So I'll be back in a moment. Right, okay, we're on the last pass. Now, one thing that I did forget, because it's been such a while since I did this bracelet, is you do need to make it bigger, because when you put the top piece on, it will shrink. So you want to do your beaded area at about 7.5 inches. So you want to add about an extra inch on. So please bear that in mind, because I never bear that in mind. I forgot. Have I just put them on the wrong way? Yes, I did. I put them on the wrong way, right, which does happen. Okay, so we want the bicorn first. So we are on the last pass, and as you can see, the bracelet is now laying flat. So we want a bicorn, a bead on each one. Okay, so bicorn, a bead. Now if you've done what I've done and it's not big enough, then the way to sort of solve that is to either put an extender chain on or to just put more jump rings on to make your own extender chain, which is what I'm going to be doing with this one, because the only other way that you can make this bigger beaded wise is if you pull it apart. So unfortunately there's no room for much error, shall we say. Right, okay, just I thought I had it the wrong way. Right, okay, going to do the last. Now that's happened to me a few times. It's ended up on the back side. All you do is just pull it up and yeah, pull it over. Okay, especially when it gets towards the end. Now putting the last of my beads on. And yes, lady is still snoring. She snored the whole time I've been doing this. Okay, and then these ones. Right, okay, now that is all the beadwork finished. Well, the whole bracelet actually is finished. So we're just going to take our thread. I'm going to finish it off. And we're going to put our thread through that last bead. Now the way to finish this off is to do some surgeon's knots. The other thing as well, don't use hand moisturizer when doing this, because otherwise it's gonna, oh that's gorgeous, otherwise it's gonna end up your cord's gonna end up slippy and it's not going to work right. So what we're gonna do is I'm just going to deal with one thread at a time. So we're just going to pop it underneath like that, and I'm going to put a knot in here. So I'm just going to go through once and then through, just pull it ever so slightly and then put it through again. So we're going through that loop twice. So that is your surgeon's knot, and then we're going to pull it tight. Okay, and then we're going to pass through some beads. So this is where it may get tricky. Really, lady? Okay, and you want to pass through some beads. Now it will be fiddly, I'm not going to lie. Just go whichever way that you can go, because you don't want to. Right, I'm going to have to pull up close to my eyes, I'm afraid, because I can't quite see what I'm doing. Right, okay. So I'm just going to go through. Well, I was going to go through that one, but as I said, I'm struggling to see. It's really hard to get on to do this on camera, guys. Right, so I'm just actually going to go through that pearl there. Okay, and then I'm going to do another knot, so we don't want that one. So if it doesn't go through, because this is clear wire, just go through the pearl and then pop yourself in another knot. Okay, like so. Now I've only went through that once, but I'm going to do another one with it. Okay. Oh. And then put in another knot. There we go. And then this is just going to ensure that it stays, you know, it stays secured. So I'm going to go back through that one, and then I'm going to cut that thread off. So it's just weaving it through. Okay, let's do the same with the other one. Okay, I'm so sorry about Lady. I know you guys don't mind, but she has a serious snoring problem. Okay, I'm going to go through that one again. Like to do surgeon's knot on the first one. and then we're just going to go through those pearls. I'm going to skip those seed beads just because, yeah, we can. Okay. Now normally the other wire and stuff that you would use with this is actually fishing line, and you would use a needle, a beading needle, to do these. But because this has got the sturdiness in it, that's why we're not using a beading needle. Okay. We'll go in again. Yeah. And then through that, hopefully. It will start get a little bit stiff around these pearls because we have gone in several times. Right, and then pull that through, and then I'm just going to cut that off. So it's as simple as that. Now I haven't used any glue on this, and I won't be using any glue, but I'm just going to show you. So my wrists are actually just over 7.5 inches in, no, just under, sorry. And we did 7.5 inches at the beginning, so I'm going to show you how it shrinks. So can you see we're about 1/2 inch shrunk down. All I'm going to do with that is just going to grab some more of my jump rings, and we're just going to make a chain. Okay. So like so, making sure they're all together nicely. And then I think to make a little bit of a detail on this piece, just on this end, just because we're having to use that chain, we're just going to grab one of our head pins and we're going to put a bead on it, and have a little dangle. So I'm not sure how many of these I need. But when you've done the bracelet, you will feel how sturdy it is. It is, oh, it feels lovely. Oh, so I was going to show you the paperclip way of, because you can use a paperclip to put it on, but I don't know where my paper clips are. I have a massive tub of them as well, so I'll do a bit of wire and show you with a little bit of wire. Right, so pretend this is a paper clip. Actually, you know what I'll do? We'll make it look like a paper clip. Okay. If I can remember what a paper clip looks like. Oh, it goes like an S shape, doesn't it? And then, yeah. So say that's a paper clip. What you would do is you would pull it apart so that it was straight, except for one end. One end you need the hook on. Okay. You would hook the your piece in, and then you would hold it. You would pull it and hold it, and oh, see, I need the camera to be pointing at you. Let me see. There we go. So you would sort of hold it in your hand, and then you use it to clip it on. If I can do it, I'm hoping you can see this, because, right, please bear with me, this thumb has really bad arthritis in it, so it doesn't work as well as it used to. Yeah, I can't do it anymore. Anyway, sorry guys, I genuinely cannot do it anymore. I used to do this all the time. I used to use a paper clip to put my bracelets on, and I genuinely cannot do it anymore. Oh, that's because I did it. It's this way, you daft woman. Honestly, do you know, one day I'm going to be like, yeah, now I've got to try and do my thumb. Oh, my thumb doesn't want to do its thing. Okay, so you would sort of hold it in your hand there. You would grab your clasp. Oh, I'm a really good advert for this. And then you would hook it on like that. So you hold it like that. I don't know what I was doing. So yeah, you literally just hook it on, hold it, and then you're able to get it on. So it does still work. It's just I won't swear, I was just being a silly Billy. Oh, it looks lovely though, doesn't it? How gorgeous does that look on the wrist? And actually, personally, I think I prefer that because it's not going to hit the ground. But like I said, as you can see, I mean, your clasp normally, if you take that off, is normally around an inch. But it's my fault. I completely forgot that when you bead on top, it does reduce the size. So you do need to make your bracelet just that little bit bigger. Now, we do have this earring, so I'll show you quickly how I did the earring. And it is very, very similar because obviously we need 2 earrings to what we've done. So what I need is I need 4 of my green beads. Okay. We need 4 of the pearls. We need 1 purple pearl. And then seed beads, we need 1, 2, 4. I need 10 seed beads. Just seeing if there's any left on my tray, because yeah, there isn't. Right, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that is all the beads that we need. That one is broken. There we go, there's one on the side. Okay, so that's the beads that we need for this project. We then need 1 clot, which is here, and we need 1 crimp bead. So that's the, oh, and an earring. So that's everything that we need for our earring, to make this earring. Now I'm going to use a bit of the leftover wire. I need a little bit bigger. Yeah. So this is around 12 inches in length, and what we're going to do is we're going to put on our piece of wire, we're going to put 1 seed bead, 1 pearl, 1 seed bead, 1 pearl, 1 seed bead, 1 pearl, and then 1 seed bead. So that's what we're going to start off with. Okay, so that's what you should have on your wire. You're then going to grab, have I lost, oh no, there it is. I was going to say, you're then going to grab that last pearl, and we're going to go crisscross through it like we did on all the other pieces. So, there we go. Right, okay. And then what you want to do is you want to put your both your ends together. Now this is going to keep falling apart as we go, and the reason for that is we've only got 1 little piece on it. So please bear in mind that you need to try and keep it as tight as you can. Now what we're going to do, we're going to put, so this pattern is just 1 bicomb on each piece. It will tighten up as we've done this top bit, but just right, always cut it at a slight angle because it really does make the difference, especially with the smaller beads. So there's 1 bicone on each one, and then we're going to grab the purple pearl bead and we're going to crisscross through it. Okay, again trying to make sure, can you see that it's all sort of loosened up? Don't worry, make sure that those are the same, and then we're just going to pull it tight and it will go into place. Do it very slowly though, because if you don't, it can cause a knot. Okay, so then we're going to go down, put another bead on here. Now we're just going to go straight through this top pearl. It just makes your life easier than trying to put them 1 on each. Okay, so there's 1. So I'm going to grab the other piece and we're going to put 1 pearl on, not 1 pearl, sorry, 1 bicomb bead. Okay, and then we're going to go back through that pearl, so we've crisscrossed it through it. But it just makes your life a little bit easier when putting this together, because it does want to fall apart because we've only done the 1 piece. Now what you could do if you wanted to, you could do that if you had like a really long piece of length. If you wanted to do that all the way along so you did both, then you could do that. Okay, now on each wire we're going to put 3 seed beads. So 1, 2 and 3, and then we're going to do the same on the other side. 1, 2 and 3. I'll just pick it up. Okay, there we go. So this is what we've got on our piece. Now I'm going to make sure to cut these to length, so I want them both to be the same length. So I'm just going to cut them, and then what we're going to do, we're going to grab the our bead clam or calotte, whatever you call it. I call them calottes. We're going to grab that. I'm going to have it so that, you know, we put it in from the outside. So, and you want both pieces of wire to go in there. Right, I'm sorry, it's going to have to come to my eyes. I never used to have this problem, but yeah, eyes do get worse. Okay, so then you've got that in there. And oh, I will be 2 seconds. My husband is phoning. Right, okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, hubby rang. He always rings me on his break. So I was so dying to do this as well, but I haven't. Anyway, we left off where I'd put the calotte on. So I'm going to put on our crimp bead. And this is one of the reasons why I like to cut it to the same size, because you can get it over both of them quite easily. I'm then going to take my pliers, my chain nose pliers. I'm just going to bend that open a little bit more just so that we can get in there. And I'm going to squish it down like this. Now I'm only going to put one on because we only need one, and I've squished it so that it's flat going across ways, so that like that way instead of that way. And the reason why I've done that is because when we put the ear wire on it, it will sit nicely. So then we just turn this around to where it is, because it's that way, so you want it to sit in nicely, and then we're just going to slowly bring that together like that. So that is our earring done. Okay, so we've now got a matching pair, and then we're just going to grab our ear wire and open it up. If you want to have more swing to it, then put a jump ring on. However, I'm just going to put it straight onto the ear wire. Actually, I need to open that a bit more. There we go. And you want this bit to face, the hook to be on the back side. I hope that makes sense there. So we're just going to put that on and just go through, and then we're just going to close this up like so, and there you have it. You have your pair of earrings. So essentially, I mean, we've still got loads and loads of beads and everything left. I mean, if I'd used the purple beads or the pink beads in this, we would have had, oh, and the bracelet. I've got the bracelet on, a beautiful set. But I mean, there's no reason why you can't wear all that together. So I hope it's given you some ideas. Let me just take that off. So there we go. I hope it's given you a few ideas of what you can do with this kit. So you can do lots of bead weaving. This is called right angled beading. You can search it up on YouTube. There's loads and loads of videos out there that are probably much better than mine. You know, we've got our earrings, and we've got our gorgeous invisible necklace. Lots of beads still got loads of findings we've hardly even touched on. The one thing that I haven't done that I wanted to do, so I'm going to just grab the head pin out. I'm just going to grab one of the brown beads and leaving about 1 centimetre on our piece. I am just going to, oh, these need a bit of WD-40 on them. Okay, so I've got my loop on. I'll change pliers. Okay, and then I'm just going to put this on the very end of there. I think we did it with the, yeah, we also did it with the necklace, and it just gives a little bit of detail. If you like this bit to be flat, then I wouldn't put that on, but yeah, and it just gives a little bit of a detailed finish. So I hope you've enjoyed this video and it's given you some inspiration. Kits are available over on the website. That's it really. Please do check out my lovely design team. We've got the lovely Claire, Christine and Rachel working with this kit. Can't wait to see what they make. So I will be keeping an eye out for their videos, because I don't actually see until their videos are up. So it's always really exciting. That's it. Until next time, please do take care and happy crafting. Bye.